I know we talked to you post game, but how you feeling looking back? I know you only 10 pass attempts, but successful on a majority of snaps. Like, how you feeling looking back at the film from this last weekend?
Yeah, I feel good. Definitely some things to improve on, but it's good to get the first start in and kind of just how we can go. And so that felt good, especially such a big game to get the first start in. So now all the other ones will feel that much better.
How helpful is it for you as a passer when, whether it's you, whether it's Caleb, whether it's somebody else, you're able to run it so many times that you only have to attempt 10 passes?
Yeah, I'd love to throw it more, but when you don't have to, you don't have to. So that was awesome to see. The O-line played so well, the receivers digging guys out in the box, so that was awesome.
When you're out there, like when I rewatch the game, like you're smiling like constantly. It's hard to see that from the press box, but like, is that like, are you just having that much fun out there? What's behind all the just smiling? Like,
I would just say just gratitude. Yeah, I love playing the game. I love getting opportunities to play. I know what it's like to not play and to be a backup and to ride the bench a little bit. So just having the gratitude that I'm out there, I'm able to play on such a good team with such good guys. That's kind of where it comes from.
Looking back at the stat sheet, I think there were 2 drops on 2 of your 3 incompletions. Do you feel like you're still maybe working through, I don't know, chemistry stuff? Because I know you've been QB2 and you've had some of those snaps at the goal line, but I guess how do you kind of work through those things with the wide receivers?
Yeah, it was a battle during camp, so I've still got a decent amount of reps with all the guys. So I'm not really too worried about the chemistry. I think definitely a couple of those balls were not completely on target, and so it's something I still need to work on. So definitely something that's on both of us that we'll just keep going.
Is Cade back this week?
That's something I'll comment on.
Okay. Can you tell us about Jackson Straton? Like, what? I don't know anything about him. What can you say about him?
Yeah, I mean, he works hard. He's eager to learn, always asking questions. Got a really strong arm, and can sling it pretty well. So.
The guy just over there, or what does he bring to this receiving core?
Yeah, he's a really good receiving threat at tight end, which is fun for a quarterback, and so I can trust him to be where he needs to be in all of his routes. So it makes it a lot of fun.
And working with Tim, has there been anything like he's shown you that you tried out and like it worked something differently that worked, whether it be pass game, run game, anything like that?
Yeah, more footwork wise. I think I've been came here with a little sloppy footwork, and he's kind of tuned that up for me, which has helped my pass game, being on time and stuff like that. So that's one thing for sure.
In what way do he is it just him telling you footwork wise, or is there?
Yeah, just like a certain type of footwork for certain routes and like what to use when. Kind of just narrowing it down to knowing what I'm going to throw and then having the correct footwork to go with it.
In talking about Straton a little bit, now that he's getting those QB2 reps, can you tell maybe he's progressing a little bit, or how much is he benefiting from getting those number 2 reps?
Yeah, definitely benefiting a lot. I mean, you're always going to benefit with getting thrown in the fire. Sometimes you'll sink a little bit, but no, he's definitely progressing. He's definitely progressing this week as well. So it's been good to see.
What challenges do you guys face with the short week this week? How difficult is losing that day of preparation for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and make every make every excuse in the book. We're going to the West Coast. We're the time difference. We're playing on a Friday, but at the end of the day, we just got to take advantage of the reps we get. Obviously, we're gonna have a day short and cut a day off, but just got to take advantage of the reps we get and maybe watch a little more film to prepare for it.
Any adjustments you can make in terms of going out west, where anything you guys are doing differently this week with that?
No, not like physically. We're just kind of maybe cutting more reps and just being more in tune with how guys are feeling. But no, the preparation stays the same.
Brendan, you guys are playing in one of the most iconic football stadiums ever. You're going playing the West Coast for the first time in this school's history, in the Big Ten, I guess. But how cool is that to have that opportunity to go and play in this unique environment?
Yeah, it's super cool. I'm just extremely blessed that we get this opportunity to play against a really good team and, like you said, a historic environment, historic stadium. So that's just something that we've talked about, and it is really cool. We're excited for.
That pass to Ortworth over the middle for 52 yards, I think that was the longest passing play of the season so far. Yes, John? Okay, thank you. What did you see there? Because Zach looked like he had to go up and get it a little bit. Were you just kind of winging it, knowing he'd go get it, or how did you read that?
No, yeah, there's always a plan in place. We went in the hard count. So on the first cadence, I saw them kind of twitch a little bit. Something we've seen on film. Knew they were going to drop out. Knew they were going to bring pressure. So when they drop out to cover 2. Tampa. Mike went to the field, so we're just hitting the bender over the top And like I said earlier, Orr's going to be where you need him to be, and he was. And so I just put it where he needed to be, and he was there, and he caught it, and then made a play afterwards. So
For a sophomore to make that type of play at tight end, especially when you've had Luke Lachey, when you've had Addy go down, I guess how big is that for a young guy to make a play like that?
yeah, it's super exciting. Just knowing we have that depth in that room, that you can trust everybody in that room. So there's a lot of exciting players in that room for sure.
With the O-line, at what point after you got here did you realize like the O-line is going to be like legit?
I mean, I kind of just knew going into it. Just Iowa football, you know that they're going to have a good run game, a good O-line, a good defense. And so seeing it in person was definitely super cool. But that's something that everyone knows.
I think you guys are the 10th best rushing team in the country.